Welcome back, everyone. We're to the last part of Chapter 8. We have solved systems of equations. Now we're going to solve systems of nonlinear equations, meaning not just two lines crossing. Let's start here. Here we have a circle and a line. And you can picture a circle and then a line cutting through it. It can cut through it twice. It can barely graze it, hit it once, or it can miss it altogether. So it's possible that we get two solutions, one solution, or no solutions. What I'm going to do for this one is I'm going to rewrite it, the second one here, and I'm going to get y by itself. So that means y is equal to 2x minus 2. Plus 2. And now I'm going to substitute it right into there. So x squared plus 2x plus 2 squared equals 4. So now I'm going to FOIL that out. Equals 4. And what I'm going to do is combine my like terms. I'm going to notice if I subtract a 4 here that they disappear. So it looks like we get 5x squared plus 8x equals 0, which means x times 5x plus 8 equals 0. So x equals 0 or negative 8 over 5. So we're going to have to test both. If x equals 0, well, I could plug it into here or into here. I'm going to go here. You can see y is going to be 2 times 0 plus 2, y equals 2. So one of the points where these cross is 0, 2. Now the other one is going to be x equals negative 8 over 5. I'm going to have to deal with some fractions here. So I'm going to go here. Y equals 2 times negative 8 over 5. Plus 2, negative 16 over 5. Now I'm going to rewrite the 2 as a 10 over 5. And that gives me negative 6 over 5. So we have the point negative 8/5, negative 6/5. So we have 2 points. Not too bad. Now, usually, you can see the note here. We use substitution, but we're going to use quite a bit of that for this lesson. But for this next one, we could do a substitution. But I'm going to notice that we can use elimination on this one. I can actually just add these two equations. And you can see the y squareds are going to disappear. So we get x squared equals 6. This means that x, by the way, we have a circle and a hyperbola. And you can imagine that seeing a hyperbola 4 times, 3 times, like I have it here, 2 times, 1 time, or 0 times. So all of those are options. So we have 2 potential x's. So let's go to here. If x equals root 6, let's see what we get. Let's use this top one here. So root 6 squared is just 6. So we have the point root 6, 1, root 6, negative 1. Now let's try if x equals negative root 6. Well, you can see I'm squaring it. So again, it just becomes 6 plus y squared equals 7. Y squared equals 1. Y equals plus or minus 1. So now we have the points negative root 6, 1, negative root 6, negative 1. So 4 points of intersection here. And again, I can draw a little bit better. Let's use a different color. So you can imagine a hyperbola, and then a circle. And you can see it's going to be the same y's and x's, sort of, because it's centered at the origin. All right, next page. All right, so here we have another circle and a parabola, actually. So you can imagine it crosses up to 4 times. So we'll see how many solutions we get. What I'm going to do is rewrite this bottom one as y squared equals 5x plus 49 and plug y squared right there. And you can see I can subtract that 49 on both sides. Here. So we have possibilities for x, and we'll start here. If x equals 0, if x equals 0, you can see that we're going to get, so if x is 0, you can see we get y equals plus or minus 7. So 0, 7, 0, negative 7. And if x equals negative 5, plugging into the top one, that's going to give me 25 plus y squared equals 49. Y squared equals, I'll grab my calculator. All right, so we have 49 minus 25 to give us 24, which means y equals plus or minus root 24, which simplifies plus or minus 2 root 6. So we have 2 more points. We have negative 5, comma 2 root 6, and negative 5, negative 2 root 6. So here, all right. Next up, example 4. So I'm going to do another substitution here. And I'm going to take this, which is a straight line. And here we're going to have an off-center circle. So this is going to be y equals negative x minus 3. And I'm going to plug that into there and there. And I'm going to FOIL here, distribute there, and then we'll combine. And I'm going to end up with a quadratic, so I'm going to move that 3 over, so plus 3. Ooh, let's see what we get. 2x squareds. Here we have 6x minus 4x, that's 2x. 2x minus x is just x. And we have 9 minus 12 is negative 3 plus 3 is 0. Okay. So this gives us that x is 0 or negative 1/2. All right, so let's explore. Let's do if x equals 0. Let's see what we get. If x equals 0, we get y equals negative 3, it looks like. So 0, negative 3. And then if x equals -1/2, see what we get here. -1/2 plus y. I'm going to move that 3 over, equals -3. And if I add the 1/2 to the other side, that's going to give me 1/2 minus 3, but 3 is 6 over 2, so that's -5/2. So our second point is -1/2, -5/2. So once again, 2 points, which we would expect a line going through a circle. All right, last part. Now this last part gets just a little tricky, but we can do it. All right. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to hold off on 5 for now and move on to 6. Now, in this case, I'm going to notice the top one I can actually factor. No, that's minus. X minus y equals 0. So this means that x minus 11y equals 0 and x minus y equals 0. And what that is going to give us is, if I subtract the x divided by the -11, I get y equals x over 11. The negatives cancel. And here I get that y equals x. So in actuality, I can take this first one. Let's do this one first. So let's do if x equals y or y equals x means the same thing. And that means I'm going to get x squared plus, now when I plug in for y, I plug in x, that's going to give me x squared again. I think that's 66. Let's double check that though. 132 divided by 2. 66. This means x equals plus or minus root 66. And because x equals y in this scenario, we have root 66 comma root 66. And we have negative root 66 and negative root 66 as our 2 points. However, when y equals x over 11, and I plug it into here, so we get, so if y equals x over 11, we plug it in here, we have x squared plus x times x over 11 equals 132. So this becomes x squared plus x squared over 11 equals 132. I'm going to multiply through by 11. So if I multiply through by 11, I get 11x squared plus x squared equals 132 times 11. Now, I deliberately didn't multiply that together because I know 132 is a multiple of 12. And here I have 12x squared. Now, when I divide that by 12, that's going to give me 11 times 11. Which means x equals plus or minus 11. All right, so if x equals 11, do you see when I plug that here? 11 over 11 is 1. And if x is negative 11, I'm going to get negative 1. So here we have 4. I hope that helps.